In English, the sailor announces the flight to the farmers needs the word to. Latin drops that preposition and changes the noun ending instead. Listen.
Nauta agricolis fugam nuntiat.
That sentence means the same thing, with no word for to. This lesson teaches the dative case, the case of the indirect object. 5 new first-declension nouns.
Corona.
A wreath, garland, or crown.
Fabula.
A story, think fable.
Pecunia.
Money. The English word pecuniary comes from this root.
Pugna.
A battle, think pugnacious, meaning eager to fight.
Victoria.
Victory. All 5 decline like the first declension nouns you already know. 2 new verbs.
Dat.
He, she, or it gives.
Narrat.
He, she, or it tells. Think narrate. A new conjunction.
Quia.
It means because. The alternate form is
Quod.
Both mean because. A conjunction connects words or clauses. One interrogative pronoun in the dative.
Cui.
It means to whom or for whom. You know 3 cases: nominative for subjects, genitive for possession, accusative for direct objects. Now meet the 4th, the dative. For first declension nouns, the dative singular shares its ending with the genitive singular. The dative of
Puella.
is
Puelle.
the dative plural is
Puellis.
On screen, you see the complete paradigm with all 4 cases, singular and plural. 3 different forms share the same ending: genitive singular, dative singular, and nominative plural. The verb form, word order, and sentence meaning tell you which case is intended. The dative expresses to, towards, and for, but not for physical motion. She walked to town does not use the dative. The dative marks the person toward which a benefit, injury, or purpose is directed. The rule: the indirect object of a verb takes the dative case. In standard Latin word order, the indirect object stands before the direct object.
Nautis pecuniam dat.
She gives money to the sailors. The dative comes first, then the accusative. In English, the indirect object sometimes appears without to. She gave the sailors money. Sailors is still the indirect object. Before building sentences, practice the dative. Take the noun.
Fortuna.
Dative singular.
Fortune.
Dative plural.
Fortunis. Agricola.
A masculine noun. Dative singular.
Agricole.
Dative plural.
Agricolis.
Same endings for masculine and feminine. Now build a sentence. Start simple.
Nauta fugam nuntiat.
The sailor announces the flight. One verb, one direct object in the accusative. Now add the people receiving the news.
Nauta agricolis fugam nuntiat.
The sailor announces the flight to the farmers. The dative plural indirect object stands before the accusative direct object. Listen once more.
Nauta agricolis fugam nuntiat.
Translate from Latin to English. Identify the indirect object. First,
Quis nautis pecuniam dat?
who gives money to the sailors? Money is the direct object in the accusative. To the sailors is the indirect object in the dative plural. Next,
Cui domina fabulam narrat.
to whom does the lady tell a story? The opening word is the dative interrogative meaning to whom. A longer sentence.
Puella Dian coronam dat quia Dianam amat.
The girl gives Diana a wreath because she loves Diana. After the conjunction meaning because, the name reappears as a direct object in the accusative. These next 2 sentences look alike at the start but use different cases. Translate.
Filia agricole nautis pecuniam dant.
The daughters of the farmer give money to the sailors. The opening word is nominative plural here, the subject. The plural verb at the end confirms it. Now translate.
Filia agricole domina fabulam narrat.
The lady tells a story to the daughter of the farmer. This time, that same opening word is dative singular, the indirect object. A different word is the subject, and the singular verb confirms it. Same ending, different case. Context decides. Now translate from English to Latin. Galba announces the cause of the battle to the sailor.
Galba nautica să pugne enunțiat.
The indirect object to the sailor is dative singular. Of the battle is genitive. The girls give a wreath to Julia because Julia loves wreaths.
Poele Iulie coronam dant quia Iulia coronas amat.
The dative indirect object comes before the accusative direct object. The sailors tell the ladies a story because the ladies love stories.
Naute dominis fabulam narant quia domin fabulas amant.
The dative plural indirect object is to the ladies. After because, the subject returns in the nominative. The dative case marks the indirect object, the person to or for whom something is done. First-declension dative singular.
Puelle.
Dative plural.
Puellis.
The indirect object stands before the direct object. You learned 9 new vocabulary words and your 4th Latin case. Next lesson introduces the ablative, the 5th and the final case of the first declension. To practice what you just learned, this course has free exercises and AI graded feedback on ludium.ai. The link is in the description.